So again, like I said, we are talking about making movement our mission today. And you might have noticed that I'm on a beach here today, and that is on purpose. I want us to, and I'll address it a little bit later, but I want you to be thinking throughout this entire presentation what the point of all of your hard work is, right? So think about where you maybe want to end up at the end of all of this hard work that you're putting in throughout your life. So I've got the beach up here because this is definitely mine, but be thinking about it for you. And I have this in the background as a little bit of a reminder. But today we are going to be talking about some excuses that we make for not moving throughout our days and maybe the reasons why you find it difficult to move throughout your day. So getting right into it. How many different ways can we move our bodies? Tell me in the chat here some ways that you move your body, whether it's through working out or just chores that you do throughout your day, activities that you do. Give me some ideas of ways that you move your body or ways you know that we can move our bodies. Tell me in the chat, what do you think? What are some things? I definitely can go ahead and list off a few that I love. Walking, doing stairs, love that. Yes. Getting your heart rate up, walking up that incline. I love that. Dancing, I love that answer. Nobody said that to me yet. So yes, dancing, moving around, I think that's an awesome one as well. We can also carry a load of laundry. So we're carrying that basket of laundry. If you have kids, carrying your kids, picking your kids up, putting them down if you have little kids. Walking, yes, dancing, doing stairs. We also twist. So maybe we're in the grocery store, we twist to grab something and put it in our cart. Maybe we twist to grab something on the floor and get it again. Maybe we squat down to pick something up and pick it up, whether it's a weight in the gym or again, a basket of laundry or something on the floor. Cleaning your house, you're actually burning calories while you're dusting your surfaces and wiping things down, folding your laundry. Vacuuming is a great arm workout. So there are so many different ways that we move our bodies, not just walking into the gym and hitting the weight section or going on the elliptical. So be thinking about that as well. Also, if you're a golfer, swinging that golf club, golfing is an excellent workout. So there are things that you can do that are not just the gym. All right, so thinking about our days, talking about the ratio. If you had to make a pie chart of your day, what would be the ratio between sedentary time, so sitting, and moving? Tell me in the chat if you're comfortable. If not, just think about that for yourself. If you had to tell me what that ratio looks like, what would it look like for you? Are you sitting more than you're moving, or are you moving more than you're sitting? And again, by movement, I don't just mean working out in the gym, that 30 minutes to an hour or however long you're in there. Thinking about making movement your mission, so throughout your day. So if I had to give an honest review of my day, I definitely need to up my movement a little bit more. Recently, I've been sitting a lot, working on a lot of projects and editing a lot of things on my computer. So again, we're going to talk today about how you can add in a little bit of movement even when you're sitting, but my ratio might not be that 50-50. It might be more like 70-30, right? So you're very sedentary. Okay, and that's a lot of people. So actually talking about a little study here, and I love science and I love exercise science. So here's a little study done with cigarette smoking versus being sedentary, which sounds crazy, but it really is true. So there was a study done. For every hour that you sit more than you move, you reduce your lifespan by 22 minutes. Every time you smoke a cigarette, it reduces your lifespan by 11 minutes on average. So if we're very sedentary, more than we're moving, we're actually reducing our lifespan by more than smoking a cigarette, which is crazy to think about because cigarettes are so health, related, and they're so bad for us, but so is being sedentary. You try to walk every hour, but it's hard with an office job. Yes, so that's so true, and that's again why you're here today, and I'm so glad that you've joined because we're going to be talking about things that you can actually do right at your desk, right in your office chair, and little different ways that you can kind of sneak movement in there. You should be dead. Amy, we're going to be talking about that movement today and how you can feel more alive, so that's all right. But a question for you guys, another little interactive in the chat. Tell me who you think actually has more pain on average from their job, a construction worker or an office job worker? Who do you think on average is going to physical therapy more or seeing the doctor more for pain from their job? Any guesses? Office worker. You got it, Shannon. Office workers actually have more pain in their lives than on average than construction workers. Exactly, Macy. Yes, so bad posture. So when we're at our computer here, how many of us look like this, right? we're typing right here, we don't think about rolling those shoulders back, sitting up in our chair, bracing our core, and having that good posture. So we oftentimes have pain in our necks, our shoulders, our low back, especially. My low back definitely is the worst for me. Our hips, if you're a leg crosser or an ankle crosser, we're actually taking our body out of alignment there. And then also our wrists can actually get really sore as well. So today we're going to be talking about how to get out of that and maybe move a little bit more to feel better, because that is the main point here. We want to feel better and we also want to increase our longevity. So great answers, guys. All right, so I have a movement challenge for you today. Your challenge is to keep moving throughout the entire presentation today. So it doesn't mean you have to get up and go for a jog, but you can tap your hands on your desk, tap your toes on the floor, play with a fidget spinner. Actually, fun fact, throughout one day, if you play with a fidget toy, you can burn between 100 and 800 calories just by playing with a fidget toy or squeezing a stress ball. So you can move that way. You can do some squats, lunges, you can march, do whatever you want to do. But my challenge for you today is to move throughout this entire 60 minutes today, because that is only going to benefit you and it's going to make you more productive throughout your day. So movement is an incredible way to prevent injury, to prevent disease, to keep our bodies healthy. And all it takes is a little bit of effort. So let's go ahead and get into it. So if you didn't start with me here, I am on a beach right now, and I actually do live at the beach, but there's no way I could do this outside on the beach. But the reason I have this as my background today is a reminder for you throughout the whole presentation today, thinking about what does your retirement look like? And I want you to tell me in the chat if you're comfortable, or think about it here. What does your retirement look like? Do you have a home in the beach town that you love? Do you have a home in the mountains that you travel to? Are you doing a lot of traveling? Is it just simply visiting your grandkids and running around with them? What does your retirement look like when you think about why are you working so hard every single day, 40 plus hours a week? What are you working for? Is your retirement going to look positive or negative? Is it vacation, forever home, grandkids? Let's talk about why. So again, I've got the beach in the background for me. That is where I want to be when I'm retired, but let's talk about these pictures. Bottom right might be what it looks like for you, laying on the beach, having a drink, being with your significant other, being with family. But there's also a hospital bed. And the reason that's there is because if we're not moving our bodies, if we're not prioritizing movement and exercise and heart health, you may end up spending more time in the hospital than you do in that dream spot when you retire. Okay, great, Amy's is to spend more time with grandkids and go to the beach. Amazing. And that would be such a great way to spend your retirement. And that's why we're here today talking about movement, because we don't want to end up in that hospital bed with all of those different issues. Movement and getting in our movement can actually decrease the chance for heart disease, for type 2 diabetes, for cancers, for high cholesterol. And then also when you're not moving and you don't feel good about yourself, low self-esteem. Right? Anxiety, depression, poor sleep. There are so many things that exercise and movement can help with. What's retirement? Well, Shannon, hopefully we can figure it out. At the end of this, you might feel a little bit more relaxed and ready to go. But yeah, so talking about that movement, thinking about looking at this beach behind me, wouldn't that be a beautiful place to spend your time at the years after you're working so hard? So we're really focusing on movement and making sure that we can get it in. So talking about movement, what is impactful exercise? So there's a difference between movement and exercise. Movement is an all-day thing, whereas exercise may just be those requirements to get in, in the gym or whatever you like to do. So the recommendations are 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity exercise. So 150 minutes per week is what, like 20 to 30 minutes per day. We can all definitely do that, right? So moderate intensity exercise is just getting our heart rates up. It's moving our bodies in an intentional way. Or alternatively, you can cut that a little bit to 75 minutes of high intensity movement, high intensity exercise. So whatever works best for you. That could be about 2 to 3 strength sessions and then some stretching, a little bit of cardio for that heart. And that's just the minimum. So if you want to do more than that, if you want to go on some hikes and go to the gym, or you want to do some Pilates and go for a walk, that's amazing. And adding those in plus that extra movement throughout our days is definitely that recommendation for heart health and also health for our bodies. So why exercise? We talk about it's important, it is good for our health, but why? So when we're thinking about exercise and movement, these are just some of the many benefits that you can get from exercising. So better quality sleep. It is recommended that adults get between 7 and 9 hours of quantity of sleep at night, and exercise can really help us get that good, deep quality of sleep. We also have self-esteem. We feel more powerful. We feel better about ourselves. We stand a little taller, right? The Superman pose. So that's an amazing benefit as well. Brain health. Our brains benefit immensely from exercise and movement. So that's a really important one. Time and time management. Actually, when you conquer and start managing your time with your exercise and make time for it, it's actually been shown to help you be more productive and better with your time management. We also feel a little bit more calm, right? We're zen. Our brain is feeling better. We have more time to think about things and we're not as stressed or anxious. It also gives us energy, so that jump in the air, right? We feel better. We have more energy throughout our days. And then, of course, heart health. So heart health is maybe one of the most important here. Having a healthy heart is such a great benefit for our bodies. So if you can think of any other benefits to exercise, I'm sure you know some, but those are some of the main ones that I love and I love to share. So here's a good quote: if it's important, you'll find a way. If it's not, you'll find an excuse. And we're going to be talking today about excuses, and that's what the rest of the presentation is going to be about. So fun little activity here, you guys. I'm sure we all know what bingo is. Let's do a little what's your excuse bingo. So take out a sheet of paper or pull up a bingo board online if you can, and we're gonna put 9 squares. I want you to write down 9 excuses that you either use yourself or you've used in the past or that you've heard of people using. So I know that there are so many out there, but let's try to pick 9 here that you think are the most popular that we might go over today. And let's see who can get bingo first. So of course, bingo, you can win across, down and up, or diagonally. So pull up that paper, write down 9 excuses, and we're gonna debunk them today and talk about how you can get more movement in throughout your day and how you can feel better. So go ahead and write those out. Get those 9 excuses out. And we're talking about excuses. Everyone has them, including me, a personal trainer, fitness instructor. Everyone has them. It is how you overcome them that matters. So that is the most important thing. Of course, stuff happens, life happens. We're going to have those excuses come up, but we're going to talk today about how we can debunk them. So everybody good? You got your 9 excuses? Let's get into it. Excuse number 1, I don't have the time. Whether you have work or kids or things going on, if you have it, mark it off right now. Let me ask you a question. Do you have time to be sick? I didn't think so, right? So none of us have time to get sick and be knocked out on the couch or the bed, right? So what's going to happen if you don't move is your body is going to get sick or it's going to break down, right? So we want to make sure we're keeping our bodies healthy. And there are so many ways that you can do this, and it does not have to be, I don't have an hour plus drive time to get to the gym and then come home and shower and get ready in the morning. I just don't have time. You have time for what you make time for. And that is the most important thing here. So a research study, again, talking about research, showed that there were 2 study groups. One group of people went to the gym, just listened to regular music or didn't have anything going on. Another group of people picked their favorite audiobook or something they were very interested in, and they could only listen to that specific thing when they worked out. And studies showed that the group that had something they were interested in to listen to while they worked out were 10 times more effective in their workouts. Number 1, they enjoyed their workouts more, and they really wanted to go to the gym. They made time for the exercise way more than the group that didn't. So that might be a little thing that you can try out. So maybe in the morning you love watching the news, or you're with your kids and it's a really enjoyable time for you to make their breakfast with them before school. Whatever it is, use that time. Okay, the toast is in the toaster. Let's do some squats. All right, I'm watching the news. I'm going to do some leg lifts. I'm going to do some wall push-ups. Whatever you can do, whatever that special thing is for you, whatever that thing is that you really enjoy, put movement into it. All right, I'm going to do some arm circles while I watch TV in the morning. Or if you do love audiobooks and you do have time to go to the gym, tell yourself, that's the only time I can watch my Netflix show. That's the only time I can listen to that audiobook. And it's going to trick your brain into wanting to do that exercise because it knows that you get to do that thing while you're exercising. So don't make it too difficult for yourself, but pick that fun thing. So where can you find 5 to 10 minutes? Where can you multitask or blend? So right now, guys, I want you to get up with me off of your chairs, off of your couches, wherever you are right now. We're gonna do a little bit of a workout here. Nothing crazy. I'm gonna set a timer. We're gonna do a quick Tabata workout, which is basically 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. We're just gonna do a couple exercises, and I'm gonna show you it does not take a lot of time to get in your movement. So the first thing we're gonna do, we're just going to run with our arms. So if you wanna jog in place, you can do that as well, but let's just pump those arms. Here we go, guys. 20 seconds on, 3, 2, 1. Pump your arms. Get your core into it, brace your core. You're gonna get your heart up right here. Just 20 seconds at a time. You're already halfway there, 10 seconds to go. Make that pump bigger, make it faster if you can. 5 seconds, and then you gotta rest. 3, 2, 1, rest. You got 10 seconds here. All right, so next we're gonna go wide feet to small feet here. So you're gonna bring those feet out wide and then bring them in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, wide, fast feet, in, fast feet. You got 20 seconds here. If you're not up with me, do it with me now. Wide feet, small feet. We're taking that fast shuffle with our feet. Whew, you got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. How are we feeling? Is your heart rate getting up a little bit here? All right, we're gonna go back to that pump, that arm pump in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Even if you're sitting, you can pump those arms with me. You're already halfway through this little Tabata workout. See how easy it is to get in your movement here. Pump, pump, pump. Here we go. Halfway there. Great job, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest. And we're getting in our movement. You've got one more move and then you're done. And you just did 2 minutes of awesome Tabata work. We're gonna go back to those wide to small feet in 3, 2, 1. Wide, fast feet. You're pumping it up and down here. Small. Getting in that movement. Wide. 5 seconds wide. And small. 5 seconds here. In 3, 2, 1. And right there, you just did a Tabata workout. Now, it doesn't have to be long because guess what? We're adding in movement throughout our entire day. So that was 2 minutes of movement right there. My heart rate's up. If you did it with me, I bet yours is too. That is all it takes. Let's say you do 2 minutes 10 times throughout your workday. That's a 20-minute workout right there. It adds up. So it really, really helps to add in movement throughout your day if you can't get in that full hour. All right, so next excuse, I don't know what to do. And that is valid. A lot of people don't know what to do or how to do it or where to start. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if that's where you are in this moment, that's okay. And the best place to start is an easy place. We wanna be able to conquer small goals to start with so that our brain gets that dopamine, that accomplished feeling, right? So let's start with a 5-minute walk. Okay, so if you are in a place where you can go outside, which most of us still should be in September, go outside for a 5-minute walk every day. Do 5 minutes of stretching every day. Do what we just did 5 times in a row. Okay, so you can start really small. It doesn't have to be, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna go into the gym and overwhelm myself and feel stressed and then stop again. And it's a cycle. So start really, really small. And that is going to be the best way to do it. Also, YouTube is one of the best resources ever made for people who don't know what to do with health and fitness. Go onto YouTube, type in beginner workout, 10-minute workout to do at home, workout to do at the gym, and you will find hundreds of thousands of free resources that are amazing workouts for you. So I don't know what to do. It's a valid excuse, but you can fix it in a very short amount of time with very little effort. So take that time to look for those things. And then also the best form of exercise is the one that you will do. So if you don't love being around other people and being watched while you work out, a group exercise class is probably not the best thing for you. But if you love that energy and you love being around other people and you feed off of their energy, a group exercise class would be a great option for you. If you love cleaning, if you're someone who's really passionate about having a clean home, turn it into exercise. So bump up the music, blast your favorite music while you're mopping. Make it a bigger movement, right? Vacuuming, make it a big movement. You're wiping down the windows, make it big. Keep your arms under tension. Keep them up for as long as you can. If you're cleaning the floor, take it to a squat and grab things instead of bending at the waist here and making it hurt your back. So there are ways that you can move in ways that you love. And if you don't love something, if you hate going to the gym, don't go to the gym. I do so many different forms of exercise. I go to Orange Theory Fitness. I do Pilates. I go to the gym. I love walking and stretching. So there are many ways that you can move. And if it's something that you love, then that's the right thing for you. So don't forget about that when you're talking about exercise with yourself. If you're frustrated by a form of exercise, it might be because you just don't enjoy it. So make sure you love it before you try to make it part of your routine. All right, so next excuse, I don't have the energy or I'm too tired. Mark it off if you have it. But exercise can actually increase your energy and your mood. So it might feel like the opposite, exercise is gonna make me feel tired and I'm already tired, so I'm just not gonna do it. But actually, exercise increases our energy and our mood because we're increasing our blood flow, we're getting our heart rate up, and you always feel better after that workout, all right? So a couple moves that you can do to increase your heart rate. Marching is a really, really good one. If you're watching TV and you're like, oh, I really should get my workout in, but I'm too tired, stand up off the couch, stand up off your chair, and do some high marching. Doesn't have to be a sprint in place. March for a full minute. Okay, march for a minute. Will you have more energy? Probably. Okay, or turn on some music. If you're feeling tired and you're like, you know what? I know I'm feeling tired, but I should get my workout in. Put on some pump up music and just move. We can take it right here. Overhead reach to a lunge. Do that 30 seconds on each side. Reach, lunge, reach, lunge. You can reach those arms overhead. Pull your knee into your chest. Right here, you can take that as fast or as slow as you want to, but there are moves that you can do right where you're standing. You only need this much space that can bring your heart rate up. So don't forget about exercise giving you energy when you feel too tired and you don't want to do that workout. Also, kind of along with that, nutrition plays a huge role in our energy. So if you're waking up every day and you're having a bagel and an English muffin for breakfast, and then you're having a sandwich with peanut butter for lunch, and then you're having rice for dinner. If you're not eating a balanced diet, you're having a lot of heavy carbs, or you're not having your proteins and your healthy fats and your micronutrients and enough water, your body is going to feel tired. So we're trying to get that good, even amount of our proteins, carbs, and fats, the recommendations that are important for our bodies to have. And then don't forget about those micronutrients, those fruits and vegetables and water. Those things are really going to give us a lot of good energy versus not eating that balanced diet. All right, so next excuse, gyms are too expensive. So we just talked about moves that you can do at home, and I'm gonna tell you right now, not going to a gym is just not the reason, the excuse to have. So during COVID, everyone's gym shut down and there was a mad scramble for home workout equipment. And guess what? We all were able to figure out a way. If there was a way, we did it, right? If you were motivated, you got your workout in. And I bought a rack of dumbbells and I started doing home workouts when I really had never done them before. It was a challenge at first, but once I figured out how to do it, it was fun and I was able to do the workouts that I wanted to do. I really got into Pilates and yoga. Those are excellent ways to move your bodies and keep your hearts healthy. So if something doesn't fit your budget, if a gym is too expensive, work out at home or get an online subscription. There are things like Beachbody that you can do from home. Great workouts, but there are ways that you can work out from home without having to think about a gym. So take that excuse right off the books. Again, along the same lines, I don't have the right equipment. Workouts can be done with pretty much anything and everything. During COVID, before I got those dumbbells I was talking about, I was using 2 full water bottles of ice and water, and I was doing bicep curls, I was doing shoulder presses, I was doing whatever I could. I made some workouts for some of my clients with laundry detergent bottles. You can also use bottles of wine if you have those in your fridge, juices, whatever you can find, as long as it's a weight That can be strength training. You can also use your body. So again, do this little workout with me, guys. So you can stay in your chair if you want to. You can stand up. We're going to work our upper bodies here with just our body weight. So first, I want us to put our arms out, palms down. I want you to press as hard as you can. Tense those shoulders up. We're going to press our palms down and back up. Now flip it. Press the palms up. And we're going to burn out those arms here. So we're going to keep them up the whole time, no rest. Again, press down, palms down. Think about retracting those shoulder blades behind you. Palms up, press up. Do it with me. All right, put your hands in front of you. Press your palms as hard as you can together. We're going to slowly start pressing out, out, out right here. Keep those shoulders down and away from your ears. Pressing your palms as hard as you can together. Once we get to the front, press, press, press. Little pulses here. In with your elbows. Press, press. Good. Now let's bring it back again as hard as you can, pressing those palms together and slowly bring them in. Good. Good control here. One more time. Out we go. Press as hard as you can. It's like your palms are being glued together. In the middle, we press, press. Good. And back. Nice and slow. Keep those shoulder blades behind you. Squeeze. Good. Now we take those hands in front. Again, pressing our palms together and pulse up. These are prayer pulses. These will burn out your shoulders. You're pressing your elbows and your hands together as much as you can. Good. Good. Keep your back nice and flat. Don't arch your back. Good. Now we're taking our arms right out in front. We're going to go up and down. Keeping those elbows up. Good. Good control here. Again, shoulders are away from the ears. Nice. All right, we're going to take those arms out and in. Out and in. Whew. I don't know if I'm sore or what, y'all, but I'm feeling a little burn here. All right, now we're going to bring those arms up, press overhead, and bring them down, burning out those shoulders. Let's take it up in the pace here just a little bit. Press, release. Good. Spread those fingers wide. Act as though you have a weight in your hand, pressing overhead. All right, and finally, we're going to take those arms behind us, palms face up, and we're pressing up, up, up towards the ceiling here. Working those triceps. Good. Trying to press up as high as you can. Now put those thumbs back up, and we press. So we're even more turned. We're pressing. 10 seconds left. Good. Thumbs down, press behind. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax, shake it out. How did that feel? If you did it with me, and I hope you did that burn a little bit? Did you get a little bit of a workout there? No equipment needed because we can work with our bodies. So don't forget about that when you're thinking about you don't have the right equipment. Water bottles, juice bottles, laundry detergent, your own body weight. There are so many ways that you can work out. So cross that one out if you had that one. All right, I'm not motivated is our next excuse. Did you have that one? Have you felt that? Do you feel that right now? Tell me in the chat or unmute yourself. Tell me or think about it in your head. Why did you join this talk today? Why are you here with us today? Why did you decide to pop into this Making Movement Our Mission talk? Is it because you want to feel more motivated? You want to get more ideas on what to do throughout your day? What do you hope to get out of this? What do you hope to do after this session? So think about that. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know what happened there. I do apologize for that. All right, let's get right back into it. So, I'm not motivated. So here are a couple ways that you can motivate yourself and make it so that you are every single day getting in that movement. All right, so put it on your calendar. Put it in as a meeting with yourself. If you work for a boss, which most of us do, if you work for someone and you had a meeting in your calendar with that person, you would probably not cancel on that meeting every single day, right? If you had lunch with a friend that you loved and you decided to them, oh, well, I'm not gonna come today, I'm just not really feeling like it. That wouldn't really be a good thing, right? We wouldn't feel good about that. We wouldn't do that because if it's on our calendar, if we make a commitment to something, we do it. So if you have your workout in your calendar every day and you say to yourself, that is a meeting with me, I'm gonna care enough about myself to show up for that meeting every single day, that can be a really powerful thing. Also, if you struggle with accountability, find a partner. So if you know someone in your gym that's a great person, or you have a friend that works out, say to them, hey, I would love for you to be my accountability partner. Would you do that for me? Would you check in on me every day, check in on me once a week, and let me know, that you're thinking about me, that you're checking up, am I doing my workouts? That can really hold you accountable if you know that somebody else is looking out for you. Also, I mentioned before group workout classes. So if you love group workouts or if you love being in groups and you thrive off of that energy, join a fun group workout class. It could be through a gym, maybe it's through your community, through your neighborhood, something like that. But that can be a really fun way, again, to hold you accountable. And then you can actually be enjoying that workout as well. So it's a win-win. Also, I mentioned as well, your movement does not have to necessarily be in a gym. If you love golfing, or maybe you, like my grandma, love bowling, you could go join groups like that or go out and do your exercise in that way instead of having to dread going to the gym. If you love a different form of exercise that you know you burn calories and you feel good doing, that is the one that you should be doing. All right, guys, so I'm not motivated. There are ways that you can get motivated. So again, with this motivation, there are things called the stages of change. There's pre-contemplation, preparation, action, and then maintenance. You are actually already in contemplation right now because you joined this talk. So pre-contemplation is basically the stage of, I have no intention of making a change. I have no intention of being healthier in my life. That's how it relates to this. For preparation, you do have a change that you want to make. You want to make a change. You might want to start something today. You might want to change something in your life, change your movement, and that is where you are today. At least that's the base because you joined this. The next one would be action. So you're actually making that change in your life. So you're waking up a little earlier to get your workout in. You're scheduling it in your calendar. You're reaching out to that accountability partner. You're joining that workout class. And it's actually going to feel a little funky if you don't do it at first. So if you've been in this little habit that you've created and then you stop doing it, you stop working out, you stop eating healthy, your body's going to be like, hey, we have this going on. What's going on here? So that is action, and that's less than 6 months. And then maintenance is 6 months or more, and you've made those changes and now you're just maintaining them. It's a sustained behavior for more than 6 months, and that's the goal. We want to make sure that we can sustain a healthy lifestyle, not a diet, not a fad. We want to make sure that this is something that we enjoy and that we can do for the rest of our lives until we hit that retirement and beyond. So we're trying to get to that maintenance phase. But again, put it in your calendar, find that accountability partner, make it part of your everyday routine so you can hit that maintenance phase and then keep with it. All right, talking about the weather, we are heading into winter. I am originally from Pennsylvania, so I know those cold winters. I did move south because I just couldn't do it anymore, but it can be too hot as well. So the weather is too hot, cold, rainy, snowy. The weather cannot dictate our movement, guys. It can be a valid excuse. If you were planning on exercising outside and it's a thunderstorm and lightning, probably shouldn't go outside, but hey, most of us have stairs, right? So run up and down the stairs a couple times instead of going for your run outside. Do a workout. YouTube a home workout for high intensity. You can even Google a workout and there are so many. Or you can bundle up if it's cold outside. Cold air can actually be really good for waking us up and giving us energy. So bundle up, go out for a walk, right? So the weather cannot dictate how we choose to take care of our bodies and the movement that we choose to do. All right, so maybe we all feel a little bit frustrated. Here's our next excuse. I've tried before, but it doesn't make a difference. And this can be really, really frustrating for a lot of clients that I talk to. They've said, I've tried working out before, I've tried eating healthy before, I've tried moving before, and it just has not worked. Well, let me ask you, what have you tried? How are you tracking your progress? Were you just stepping on the scale every day? oh, I haven't lost any weight, so that's gonna be it? Or were you actually measuring the weight that you did in the gym? Were you measuring how long you could hold a plank for? Were you measuring how long you could go for a run? Right? So these are different ways that we can measure. And one great way to measure our progress is our heart rate. So your resting heart rate, you're gonna take your pulse, you're gonna take your 2 fingers here on your artery, right on your neck. You're gonna count how many beats your pulse is doing for 6 seconds, and then you're gonna multiply that by 10. That's gonna give you 60 seconds. That's your heart rate, beats per minute. When we are healthier, when we are training, when we're getting a healthier heart, our heart rate is going to rest at a lower level because that means our heart is healthier. It doesn't have to beat as fast to keep us alive. So you can actually measure your progress through your heart rate as well, which is a great way to measure progress. If you want to see right now how your heart rate affects you, we can do those big marches for maybe just 20 seconds. Take your resting heart rate, do those marches, and then take it again. I guarantee you it's going to be up a little bit than it was when you were resting because movement affects our heart and it can help us be really healthy. So maybe you have a goal of holding a plank for a minute. Make that how you measure your progress. Not if you've lost a pound or 2 on the scale because weight can fluctuate immensely depending on our circumstances. So try different ways of measuring your progress that are, not just weight-based and see how you feel. All right, next one, I don't have the right clothes. So when I do this presentation, I purposely wear something office related because you don't have to have fancy clothes or the right workout clothes to move. By the way, how many of you are still moving, right? The challenge is to move throughout this whole presentation. Keep moving. So right now I am not in workout clothes, I'm in work clothes, office clothes. You don't have to have the perfect clothing to move. You saw we did that little arm workout just in this, and you can do that every day. All right, so you don't like feeling sore or achy. Now, there's a myth out there that if you're not sore after a workout, you didn't work out hard enough. Or if you are sore, it means you worked out really, really well. We're actually not meant to be sore after every workout because that means our body is just not working properly to adjust to the things that we're doing. Now, sometimes you're really sore after a weight training session, or if you tried something new and you're sore, that's okay. It's okay to be sore, but we shouldn't be sore after every workout because that just is not proper. You can be achy, stretching it out, drinking lots of water, foam rolling, massaging the areas that are sore, making sure you're getting that good nutrition can really help you. But if you've only done exercise for a short amount of time and you were always sore after, it's probably because you're a beginner and your body was adjusting to that movement. So if you don't like feeling sore, stick with it for a little bit longer because that should eventually go away. If it is something painful, then definitely see a professional, a doctor about that. But otherwise, you should be okay after you've done it for a little while, and just make sure that you are recovering your body properly after those workouts. All right, so this one, I'm too out of shape, old, embarrassed, etc. We all start somewhere, right? So nobody started as a pro. Every pro was once an amateur. Every expert was once a beginner. So dream big and start right now. Start today. Everyone that was a pro literally started by doing the simplest thing, by doing the easiest thing, because that's where beginners start, and everyone starts as a beginner. So don't think that you can't do it. Start with a walk. Start with talking with a friend. Start with 5 minutes of movement in the morning. Do whatever you can do to just start, because by starting, you are lapping yourself on the couch, right? So if you're sitting on the couch versus doing a 5-minute walk, guess which one is better for you? Guess which one is gonna get you further. So don't use that as your excuse, because everyone was a beginner to start with. All right, I don't like waking up early. This is one that I've heard a lot of from my clients because they hear that waking up early is the most effective and productive way to get things done. But actually, there is something called chronotypes. So there's a book and a website called The Power of When. And this is by a doctor who talks about chronotypes, which are basically the type of person that we are. And it tells us when we're most productive and when we can get the most out of our days. So some people are the most productive in the mornings, and they get up and they're energized and they're ready to go. But for some people, it's extremely hard to wake up in those early hours, and it feels awful to work out then because that's just not who they are. That's not how they're scientifically made. So if you want to check that out, I definitely recommend it. Again, The Power of When is what that's called, and that might tell you when it's best for you to get your exercise in, when it's best for you to be most productive, and that's a great way to figure out if you can work from home, when to do those workouts from home, or when to do your work, your actual office work from home as well. So definitely check that out. But if you're not someone who likes to work out in the morning, it just might not be for you. So just know that you don't have to work out at a specific time to get the most out of that. All right, so 3 little takeaways here. Number 1, make it a habit and make it your mission. So we're talking about making movement our mission, guys. If you are sitting in a chair right now, let me pull my chair here for you guys. If you're sitting in a chair and you know, well, I can't do a whole 5-minute Tabata at work. Okay, sit down and stand up for me. Do it with me right now. We're sitting and standing where we are working our core. We're working our glutes, our hamstrings, our quads, our calves. You are going to burn calories sitting and standing 10 times more than you are guaranteed just sitting down in that chair, right? So you can do little things here, making it a habit. My Apple Watch tells me every 50 minutes on the hour, if I haven't moved in that hour, time to stand up. If you don't have a watch that does that for you, set a timer every so often, once an hour, once whenever you need to, and stand up and sit down 10 times. Or tell yourself every time you go to the bathroom, you're gonna do 10 squats or 10 wall push-ups or whatever it is. Have that cue that will make you get that movement in, because it is so, so important. Another thing is touch the treadmill, and that is the idea of starting really small. So it might seem kind of silly, but it's true. If your goal is to run a mile on the treadmill, first day, go up and touch it and walk away. Guess what? Your brain just did a check mark. You get that dopamine response. You feel better because you were accomplished for that goal that day. Next day, stand on the treadmill and walk away. Again, it sounds silly, but the point of it is that you're starting really small each day to build up to that goal. And in no time, you are going to be running on that treadmill, or you're going to be lifting that weight, or you're going to be doing that Pilates, or you're going to be playing soccer with your kids. The small start is what matters, because that's going to keep your brain going. If you try to start too big, you're going to get overwhelmed. Your body won't be able to do it, and then it's just going to be frustrating. And then don't break the chain. If you have a routine going, you don't want to break that. You want to keep that check mark going every single day. So keep it up. You can do it. Know that you are stronger than your excuses 10 out of 10 times. We've debunked them today. There are ways that you can move throughout your day. It doesn't have to be going to the gym, and you can get ahead of them. So your goal is to just start. All right, guys, and here are my references. If you are interested, again, The Power of When, I would definitely check it out. Make sure you're also checking out, we've got the Sleep Foundation here too. Good quality sleep is going to be imperative to reaching those movement goals for you. And then here's where you can reach us. Again, my name is Coach Libby Benedict. We are hello@bemorehealthcoaching.com for any questions or things that you might need. And we are Be More Health Coaching on all social medias as well. But thank you guys so, so much for having me. I have really, really enjoyed. Can you share those links from the previous slide? Yes, so I will actually, I can share those whenever I email out the recording. It will be there, but I can also put the URL in the email as well. So you guys can get that from whoever set up this presentation for you today. Absolutely, I'd love to do that for you. Any other questions, please go ahead and pop them in the chat. I didn't get the recording from last week. Can I get that today as well? Yeah, so I will reach out to see who you guys had last week. I would love to get that to you. So I will reach out to them and put that in the email if I can find that today. Absolutely. All right, guys, well, thank you so, so much. I hope you got something, absolutely, thank you. I hope you got something out of today's presentation. Just know you are stronger than your excuses. You can do this. There are ways that you can make movement your mission every single day. Don't forget, each little thing adds up to make a really big difference. So take advantage of that time and do your best, and you're gonna reach those goals. Thank you so much, guys, for having me. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have such a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.